Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video with even more moans. Oh yeah! Hu Tao is going to be released soon, and because I don't have an editor, I will be doing my guide early. Plus, you'll know exactly what team and build to run on Hu Tao when she's released. I will do the most optimal attack for Hu Tao once she is released in a separate video like I did for Xiao. I will have it pinned in the comment section below, so don't worry about missing it. You can double check that you don't miss it if you subscribe, but you know. Note, everything about Hu Tao is subject to change, but I doubt they'll change much like they did with Xiao. Okay, let's get started. Hu Tao is basically everything Child should have been, and Xiao, I guess. It pains me to say that, her skill has an uptime of 9 seconds where you basically go ham with Hu Tao. And then after that is done, you have a 7-second time frame to do a skills rotation with all your characters before her skill is back off cooldown. And with her Ascension 2 and Constellation 4, everyone on your team gets a crit rate increase, which is freaking bonkers, man. My gods. So when your skill duration ends, you'll do your skill rotation and everyone will have a 12% crit rate boost. What? It's just nutty. It basically nets you a total of 36% crit rate boost in total. My gods, it's sexy. I am honestly starting to believe that miHoYo wants people to adapt a playstyle where you have 2 DPSs on your team, where one has a downtime so you can use the other main DPS in the meanwhile. Hu Tao is the best offhand DPS in the game. She provides a lot of damage, is a semi-tank, and gives damage to the team while off the field. Great for pairing with Child or Xiao, honestly. Her burst is like a double-edged sword, where the dull side actually hurts her. She will heal with her burst, meaning you risk going above 50% HP, making her lose the 33% pyro damage boost with her Ascension 4. This can be minimalized, however. When her skill is about to end, you can use her burst and attack a couple of times, making your HP go above 70%. Then the next time you use her skill, she will be below 50% HP. Hu Tao be looking extremely strong. Rosario honestly looks like the best character to pair up with Hu Tao. For Hu Tao, her constellations does not affect what talents you should go for, unlike Xiao. Must I mention Xiao in every guide I do? Yes. Okay, so for talents, get every talent to level 6. Then alternate between getting her normal attacks and skills to level 9 or 10. I will say 9 or 10 from now on because you've probably used a lot of Crown of Insights, or have a finite amount. Then you want to max her burst last. The reason why this is that we really don't want to be healing too much because we want to take full advantage of her Ascension 4, Sanguine Rogue. Once you guys start playing Hu Tao a bit more, you will be able to micromanage her HP and her burst usage better. What I mean by this is that you can use her burst when her skill is close to ending, so you can control how much HP you restore. If you want an even spread, then I would recommend you level up her talents like this. There is no bad way to level up her talents. The most important thing is having fun with her at the end of the day, as she is strong enough to clear the content in the game no matter what order of talents you level up. Okay, so a lot of people seem to have skipped over this part in my Xiao guide, so I will keep it short and simple. She requires boss mats from the golden house called Shard of Foul Legacy. You can farm for her essential materials from the Primal Geo boss, roughly costing 780 resin in total. You can farm for a talent box in the Taishin Mansion on Tuesdays, Fridays and Sundays. Okay, time for Hu Tao's team comps. I will be doing tiers, then I will go into my theory crafted team comp suggestions. I won't be doing a full analysis for Hu Tao support characters, but I will keep it really short and sweet for you guys. I will give a short explanation for why I put a character in S tier. If you guys want a full explanation like I did with Xiao, let me know in the comments below. A new thing I'll be trying out in my guides is going forward, I will be putting artifact set recommendations for each support characters in my tiers. Note that this is a tier list for synergy for Xiao, and not a tier list for how good a character is. All characters are good in the game if you build them right, and no characters are bad. They are only bad builds and team comps, but never characters. All characters are S tier when built correctly, yes, even Amber. However, team comp and synergy is a different subject. You wouldn't run a full team of S tier healers and expect them to be an S tier team that can clear challenges in 10 seconds. Unless one of you mad lads wants to prove me wrong, go for it. I would love to see the day where a team of 4 healers is better than a team of 3 DPS and 1 healer. Anyways, let's get started. I will first mention Spatu, as I'm sure several of you guys will say, what about Bennett? For that, he is a A tier healer, not S tier. I know guys, don't all scream at once that Bennett is finally not S tier. The reason for this is that he will heal Hu Tao above 50% HP, meaning we won't get her Ascension 4 passive running. However, the damage boost from Bennett will make up for this. However, why would we do that when we could free up a slot and get a healer that provides utility for Hu Tao instead, like Diana or Jean? Because Hu Tao will get her damage boost anyways, Bennett really isn't needed. If you do want to run Bennett for whatever strange reason, you can, I guess? You can use Bennett after Hu Tao's Paramita Papiloa ends, so when you do your skills rotation, everyone will have an attack boost. Honestly, I'm not against Bennett. If you know what you're doing, there will never be a downside. You could just build him without a feather and attack percentage boost, so he doesn't heal much. His healing is based off his attack after all. In S tier, we have the big chief of one stat, Jean. She is a 2-in-1 enhancer as well as a healer, which is perfect for a team with Hu Tao to free up a slot for another sub DPS. You want to run the Viridescent Vanilla set because it reduces Pyro Res by 40%. I know what you might be wondering. You need to apply Pyro first, then use Jean. You will have to run another Pyro user on your team, like Jiangling. I have tried to figure out and there's no way to proc the VV set with just Hu Tao alone. You can't use a burst first then switch into Jean because you need the damage boost from her skill in order for her burst to do damage. The only way to do this with just Jean and Hu Tao is to use Jean's burst first, then apply Pyro with Hu Tao and try to knock them out of Jean's burst to apply Swirl. If you aren't willing to run another Pyro user on your team, Jean is at best an A or B tier healer and enhancer. Next up in S tier, we have our most beloved cat girl, Diana. She is a 2-in-1 melt triggerer and healer. She will give Hu Tao increased survivability and less stamina drain. She essentially frees up a slot so you can bring in another sub DPS and support characters in. You want to run the 4-piece Noblesse Oblige or 4-piece Maidens if someone else is already running Noblesse. Healing is a blessing and a curse for Hu Tao. You can go for the 2-piece Blizzard Slayer and 2-piece Noblesse Oblige for even more damage. You guys know this was coming. I mean, there's no contest on this. In S tier, we have Jinkyu. This guy does everything. To damage reduction, to heals, to stagger resistance, dealing a crap ton of damage, and being able to trigger Vaporize. Like, my god, it's gonna be a lot of damage. Like, seriously, how can he be this good? There are 2 sets you can go on Jinkyu. 4-piece Noblesse Oblige. If you already have someone using this set, give him 2-piece Noblesse Oblige and 2-piece Heart of Death. This will elevate Jinkyu's burst damage. I know what you might be thinking. Hu Tao doesn't benefit from the attack boost Noblesse gives. That is correct. However, everyone else on your team will benefit from it. Basically, Noblesse nets you an attack boost of 80%. Ganyu is also S tier. Her burst does a lot of damage in a massive AoE, dealing AoE cryo damage. She is extremely good for making sure you consistently proc melt, and it lasts for a crazy 15 seconds to boot. Ganyu is just For artifact sets, it's the same as Jinkyu. Run 4-piece Noblesse Oblige. If you already have someone with Noblesse, give her 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Blizzard Slayer. Also in S tier, we have Albedo. He does an insane amount of damage with his skill, and when you top it off with the 4-piece set of Archaic Petra, he becomes a 2-in-1 damage enhancer and sub DPS. When a Pyro Crystal is picked up, everyone on the team will do an extra 35% Pyro damage, which is insane. An amazing artifact set really. If you already have someone else running this set, you can get the 4-piece Noblesse instead. If someone else is running that set, go 2-piece Archaic Petra and 2-piece Gambler, or 2-piece Noblesse on Albedo. A special mention of Constellation 6 Jiangling. I would seriously consider running her if you do plan to put a Nemo on your team. When Jiangling uses her burst, her C6 will grant everyone a pyro damage boost of 15%, which is very nice to deal bonus damage. Also, at Constellation 1, when enemies are hit by Goomba, their pyro res will be reduced by 15%. Oh man, all of these combos sound so fun. I wish Mahoya gave us more Primo Gems. Please, I want to play with so many characters. Damn. Okay, same as before, get the 4-piece Noblesse on her. If someone else is running that, get the 2-piece Noblesse Oblige and the 2-piece Crimson Witch set. Also, you will get power resonance. Now I know you guys are gonna say it again, but Steven, Hu Tao doesn't scale off attack. Guys, think about the other 3 characters on your team, please. They need some loving too. However, you could run Hu Tao solo if you want to. Another S-tier character that has yet to be released is Rosaria. She can apply melt, and the core thing that makes her so great is her Ascension 4. She becomes an enhancer kinda. When you cast her burst, all party members will get 15% of Rosaria's crit rate. Guys, the deathmatch was literally made for her. It gives a crap ton of crit rate. Like, you could honestly get 100% crit rate on Rosaria. The only question is, does Hu Tao's crit rate boost count towards Rosaria's crit rate? If it does, it's nutty. You only need 88% crit rate on Rosaria to get the max 15% crit rate boost on all party members when you cast her burst. If you land her skill behind an enemy before using her burst, she will gain 12% crit rate, meaning you only need 76% crit rate on Rosaria to get the max 15% crit rate boost. What? Her burst lasts for 8 seconds, meaning lots of melts, baby. This is further increased by 4 seconds with her Constellation 2. As I'm writing this guide, I kinda wanna pull for Hu Tao now, but I must remain a Zhao Sim. If you guys know the drill by now, 4 artifacts run 4-piece Noblesse. If not, get 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Blizzard Slayer for lots of damage. Now, you guys might be asking about Kea. He does melt, that is true. However, unlike Rosaria, Rosaria will provide a crit rate boost, whereas Kea does not. In S tier, we have the one and only undefeated best character in the game, Zhao. Just kidding, Venti. This guy is insane. If you don't have him, make sure you do. He provides way too good of utility. If Pyro is infused in his burst, it will give all Pyro users 15 energy back, meaning you only need to get 45 energy to have Hu Tao's burst back up. I can go all day long about Venti. Seriously, get this guy. You want to run the 4-piece Viridescent Vanilla set on him. In the S tier, in conjunction to Venti, if you want to do more damage, slap a Sucrose on your team. Venti will provide more utility, but Sucrose will provide more damage. Honestly, you don't miss out on too much whether you're running Sucrose instead of Venti. Unless you have a C6 Venti, Venti is better. Her Ascensions will give an EM boost to Hu Tao, meaning she'll be doing a lot more damage when you proc with Melt or Vaporize. Set to run on Sucrose is the same as Venti, 4-piece Viridescent Vanilla. Big walls to the ball damage, Mona! Do I need to talk too much about her? Burst gives a crazy damage boost. You will proc Vaporize with her dealing godlike damage, like you spit your water out when you drink it, you know, it's like that. For Mona, you want to run the 4-piece Noblesse Oblige. If someone else is already running that, get 2-piece Noblesse and a 2-piece Heart of Death. In the recent 1.3 update, he has finally taken back his throne of becoming a god. Zhong Tudeli. He provides amazing CC with his burst. His shield now reduces enemy defenses by 20%, insane, and you won't die with his daddy shield. Easily S tier. Artifacts will be the same as Albedo's minus the Gambler set. He will provide amazing survivability with his shield when Hu Tao falls below 50% HP. Question is, who on your team will have more HP? Hu Tao or Zhongli? Also in S tier we have Child. Reason being, he is a 2-in-1, main DPS and enhancer. His passive talent gives everyone on the team 1 level increase on their normal attack talent. Plus he can proc Vaporize with his burst after you switch out Hu Tao, dealing lots of damage. These two work really well with each other, and I'm honestly starting to believe miHoYo wants people to adopt a playstyle where you have 2 main DPS on your team, where one has a downtime so you can use the other main DPS in the meanwhile. For Child, you want to run the 4-piece Hydro set. Honestly, if you're good at this game, you don't need to run a healer alongside Hu Tao. Reason being is that she can heal herself. Plus, your other characters really shouldn't be taking damage while you're doing a skill rotation. Spiral Abyss content only lasts for 3 rounds, so you really don't need a dedicated healer. You can just stack your team for max DPS. There are so many combinations you can go on Hu Tao, and here are just some team comps you can do. This team comp is all about enhancing Hu Tao's damage. You want to run Hu Tao, Zhongli, any S tier Melt or Vaporize triggerer, and Jean. Zhongli will provide a shield, and with Archaic Petra set, a nice boost in power damage. Jean with the VV set will reduce power res by 40%, plus 20% from Zhongli's shield. Then you got the S tier triggerer to make you proc those nice melts or Vaporise. You can switch out Jean for Sucrose or Venti for more damage. The I'm in, you're out team comp. You get Hu Tao with Child, Zhao, Rosaria, Dilek or Klee, pair up with Albedo, Zhongli or any reaction triggerer, with Downer as healer, so you can consistently proc reactions as well. When one skill or burst is on cooldown, use the other main DPS. First, before I get into the weapons, here is how much HP you actually need to get the max attack from her skill. The base attack will be denoted on the weapons, which you can then reference to the Excel sheet I made. Warning: do not get the max health percentage listed, it is not worth. Think of the HP percentage needed as an attack percentage boost. Good if you roll it, but you want to prioritize crit rate and crit damage. The value used is from a level 9 skill, max level 90 Hu Tao, and max level weapons, with a max level flower. If you want to calculate it yourself because you have different variables, here is the formula. I want to give a special thanks to my Hu Tao main friend for helping me tier the weapons. I will not name him because he is a bit shy. If I am wrong about anything, don't blame me. Blame my Hu Tao main friend. I will expose him if he is incorrect about anything without hesitation. Thank you. For weapons, there is one godlike weapon for Hu Tao, and that is the Staff of Homer. Lots of attack, lots of crit damage, lots of HP, god damn! Once you get below 50% HP, oh baby, you're gonna rock and roll over funeral deathbeds. The second best weapon for Hu Tao is the Primordial Jade Wing Spear. It gives crit rate which synergizes with Hu Tao's crit damage. And when you have max stacks, you'll deal increased damage, easily the second best weapon for Hu Tao. In third we have the Skyward Spine. It has high base attack, gives crit rate, attack speed which is perfect for Hu Tao, and you deal extra damage when you activate its passive by striking with normal attacks. I don't recommend the Vortex Vanquisher. It gives a lot of attack, but Hu Tao has low base attack to begin with, so she won't fully benefit from it. From lots of discussion, the best in slot has got to be the Deathmatch. It gives a lot of crit rate, gives her better survivability with the passive defense increase, gives her some attack, which is negligible in my opinion. Overall, it is the most consistent for Hu Tao. The next best 4-star weapon after Deathmatch is the Black Cliff Pole. For you free-to-players, use the prototype Star Glitter. You get a nice normal and charge attack boost after using a skill, and it lasts for a strong 12 seconds. Do not use the Crescent Pike. The passive is hard to keep up unless you are using someone like Oz or Albedo. If you are running Oz or Albedo, the Crescent Pike will be better to run over the prototype Star Glitter. It's only worth if you can keep the passive up. Our honorable mention is the White Tassel. It's the best 3-star weapon to use. Okay, time for the artifacts. The artifact set you want to run on Hu Tao is the 4-piece Crimson Witch set. This is the best one. Even if we fully can't take advantage of the 4-piece passive, it's still the best. For Timepiece you want HP percentage. For Goblet you want pyro damage bonus percentage. And for Circlet you want to get whatever gives you the best 1 to 2 crit rate to crit damage ratio. For example, if you have 50% crit rate, you ideally want 100% crit damage. Another example is that if you have 75% crit rate, you ideally want 150% crit damage. Substats you want to go for is crit rate, crit damage, and HP percentage. Other acceptable ones are Elemental Mastery and Energy Recharge. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like, as it helps me out a lot. If you guys are gonna roll for Hu Tao, best of luck to you all. I will be rolling 10 times for the culture and I hope I get her. I will now be streaming on Twitch on Saturdays and Sundays at 11 GMT. Please be sure to follow me there. I'm currently streaming Genshin Impact and a horror game called Little Nightmares 2. It's been a blast playing through it with chat, and I'm currently at a 0 death run through. So I hope you guys come along and watch.